Ahoy there, mateys. It seems that you've caught me in something of a sorry state. You see, someone amongst you can't be relied upon to keep your trap shut. And to make a long story short, Madam Olivia put a hex upon me as a sort of retribution for me misdeeds regarding her blasted pocket watch. Now, I tried to tell her that it weren't really me own fault. After all, she were the one what left it unguarded. But she didn't take so well to that for some reason. And now, anytime I be touching a ship's helm, it falls victim to, well, unfortunate circumstances. So now here I be, trapped on this outpost until such a time that I can perform a voyage for each of the main trading companies, which, as I'm sure you can imagine, be a tad difficult on account of them foul magics. But I wouldn't be counting me out just yet. You see, I've got me the inkling of an idea. Olivia's spell were clear. I can't be touching a helm. But she ain't ne'er said nothing about my ship's harpoons. It'd be something of a loose loophole, but it'd be worth a shot all the same. So now that I've got myself a plan, it'd be time to set it in motion, aye? All I'd need were some captain's voyages, and I could be on my way. Of course, it may be beneficial to have some idea of where I be going before I set sail. It don't exactly be like I can just turn around if I be going in the wrong direction. I set down me gold harder's voyage, then went topside to lower my sails, at which point the true challenge made itself apparent. See, in all me scheming, there were one thing what I hadn't been accounting for. That storm were an awful lot closer than I'd thought. And without being able to so much as touch my wheel, they were able to throw me as off course as it damn well pleased. Now, I tried to save myself by snagging onto that there rock what were jutting out from the water. But just like Luton Penelope said when she were ending our brief fling, the harpoon just couldn't reach where it were needed. The bitch. Well, I were in for a long sail, 'twould seem. Wouldn't be having much by way of places to try and alter course. Thieves' Haven were right out, though it didn't stop me from trying. An old brimstone fortress were so tantalizingly close, yet so frustratingly far. Without any more islands coming on that horizon, nor any other options to try and save myself, I merely stood atop my bowsprit, ready to embrace the devil's shroud as it engulfed me ship. The fingers crossed I don't repeat me grand entrance and clear through by mistake. You know, actually, looking at it here, it would seem it weren't so straight of a line as I thought. Perhaps if I could just keep her afloat long enough, I'd maybe be able to...
A few moments later.
Oh God, it's all going to hell! Oh, why? I am, sorry that you had to see that. Well, After that wee experience, I had me the gut feeling that I weren't about to be getting any progress done. At least not today. So I had Gwyneth bring me back to an outpost so I could try again on the morrow. And more importantly, sleep what just happened off like a bad hangover. When I awoke at Ancient Spire sometime around midday or so, it were with a newly rekindled flame in my chest. And not just from me blasted curse. If there be one thing what motivates me more than greed, well, it would be fear. But after that, it be spite. And by God, I were full of it then. So, riding upon that wave of emotion, I strode down to me ship, taking on a merchant cargo voyage. The fact that I were needing to speak with it Mildred weren't helping me mood any, which of course just made me all the more motivated to get it all over with. Still, I couldn't help but feel that her handing me nothing but a load of plants and rum bottles were something of a personal attack. They be the worst cargo, no question about it. But I could complain all I wanted once they were delivered. For now, I just had to focus on getting them to Devil's Ridge safely, where one Martha the Fierce were eagerly awaiting their shipment. The waters were a tad bit choppy that day. Something what would no doubt be impacting the performance. But thankfully, my destination were in a straight line from here. Meaning that even were I able to steer, I wouldn't be needing to. All I had to do were bring her in nice and easy like. Once my harpoon made purchase on a sandbar below the waves, I began to reel myself in, closer and closer to the island, raising sail to slow myself down and ensure that I don't be drifting off. Before too long, I had myself positioned on the beach, close enough to old Martha for me to begin with the deliveries. And once I'd spotted that rowboat there, I were able to cut the back and forth in half, speeding things along nice and well. And in the process, I spotted something out in the water. It weren't much, but it were something I could be bringing to the gold hoarders after me utter failure the day before. Listen, Herbert, listen good. Hey! Pay attention. I got this here cup on a voyage, aye? And that be what you're gonna tell Madame Olivia, that I brought ye some treasure that I procured on a voyage. And you're gonna do this, because if you don't, I'm gonna shove this here cup so far up your arse, you'll be coughing up the sand I found it in. Savvy? Ah, bless your heart, Herbert. Always knew I could count on you. Well, with me bi-weekly extortion of an outpost local taken care of, I set down me third and final voyage for this venture. A skeleton bounty for the Order of Souls. My destination of Mutineer Rock were a bit out of my way, considering the limitations, but I could manage just fine, I were getting the hang of this harpoon turning business by now, after all. And while I couldn't recommend trying this yourself, well, it did force me to be a bit more aware of me surroundings. Plus, I think I were just a wee bit more skilled with me harpoon by the end of it as well. And that skill were something I'd need. See, I were a bit off the mark with me heading. If I didn't act quick, I'd be sailing right past the island. Me one hope were that big rock coming up to me side. I couldn't be dissuaded by me past failures. This were me shot at redemption. And redeem myself I would. It were a bold method, true enough. But if I could snag the rock in just the right places, at just the right times, I could angle myself to... Wait, or did it a bit? Alright, one more go around. Just the right places, just the right times, yada yada. I could angle myself right towards my destination. Once I'd made land, I made short work of the undead adversaries, completing my last voyage. With them boneheads dead and gone, Olivia would have no choice but to lift the hex. Once the news of me deeds reached her, of course. For now, though, I just had to return to the outpost and turn in the skulls. Or at least it were that simple in theory. See, you might recall me saying that the waters were a tad choppy that day. I could have waited, but in me hubris, I set sail, even knowing the conditions weren't the best. And as I was on approach to the outpost, I'd feel the ocean's wrath for it. Unstable waters rocked me ship in such a way that me hands couldn't work the harpoon, causing it to misfire at a moment what were crucial to me success. It was as though the world had stopped to turn and watch me struggle. And when I'd failed, the waters themselves took to guiding me ship, just close enough to be making a mockery of me efforts. Try though I might, nothing I did were able to fix the course I'd set. No rock were close enough, as if avoiding the touch of me harpoons, and when I tried to see if throwing a blunderbomb would turn me even a little, well, it ain't important what happened. Just know that it didn't work. Well, with all options well and truly spent, all I could do were sit there with me new banjo, thinking on all the ways I could have avoided this whole mess. Like bringing that rowboat from before with me as a mobile grapple point. Or perhaps waiting for the waters to calm before setting sail. Or perhaps trying to push the blame about the watch onto Lorinda instead of Olivia herself. All things to consider when I inevitably draw Olivia's ire once more. But for now, as the water turned blood red around me, I could see plain as day that the story were coming to an end. As my ship sank, I welcomed the crimson waves cascading over me, as Gwyneth brought me back to the Sea of Thieves proper, while her people got to work on salvaging the wreckage. Well, successful voyage or no, that be all I got for you this week, mateys. Wind in your sails until we should meet again. Oh, and do yourselves a favor. Stay on Olivia's good side for me, eh?